Hello, Little Rock School District. My name is Anna Lloyd, and I am the principal at Pulaski Heights Elementary. I'm super excited that they asked me to read a chapter to you today because one of my favorite things to do in my spare time is to read. I love how when you're reading a book, you can escape to a different place and kind of join those characters and feel what they're feeling. So today we are going to read chapter 5 in our Billy Shur book, The Flying Phone. When I wake up the next morning, I hope that on the second day of 7th grade, things will be a little more normal and everyone will be over staring at me and making such a big deal out of everything. But that's not what happens. "Hey, Billy," I hear from behind a tree on my walk to school. At first, I think I must be hallucinating. Trees are trying to talk to me? But then a boy from my homeroom pops out from behind it. His name is Steve Stallings. I don't know Steve well, but I do know that in gym class last year, Steve fell during a game of kickball and dislocated his knee. His kneecap was on his thigh. Ooh, it was weird and scary and cool at the same time. "What's up?" I reply to Steve, but I notice that Steve's kneecap has made it back to its correct position. "Not much," he says. We walk almost a block in silence. "So," he says, "you're an inventor." "Yeah." "So am I." "Cool," I say. We walk a little farther. "Don't you want to know what I invented?" he asks, sounding a little annoyed. Sure. What did you invent?" Steve smiles, then he looks around, checking to see if anyone is eavesdropping on us, before he tells me about his invention. "The flying phone," he whispers. "Oh," I say, "what's a flying phone?" "Not so loud," he says in a loud whisper. He looks around again, and then I guess he feels satisfied that no one can hear us, so he speaks in a normal voice. "It's a phone that flies." "Yeah, I kind of figured that, but why?" "Why what?" I stop walking and face him. He stops too. "Why would you want a flying phone?" "What would you do with it?" "Well," he says, "let's say your phone is ringing, but you're on the other side of the room. After a few rings, these wings pop out on the side of the phone. Then the phone flies over to you." "Huh," I say, walking again. "It seems like you could just walk across the room and get your phone." Steve frowns and I suddenly feel bad. I don't want to dash Steve's dreams. It's just that inventors really have to ask themselves why people would want their invention. That's the first thing I do when I come up with an idea. The second thing I do is try to come up with a cool name for my invention. Steve had come up with a cool name for his invention, at least, I guess so. "Can I see it?" I ask. "Oh, I haven't made one," Steve replies. "That's where you come in." "What's a flying phone got to do with me?" "You'll figure out how to make it, and then your company will produce it. Since it was my idea, I'll get 90% of the money we make," Steve explains. "Or possibly 80%, he says after a minute of my silence. "It's negotiable, to a certain extent." "I'll think about it," I tell Steve as we walk into homeroom. Steve huffs off to his seat. At least the "Welcome Billy Shur" banner has been taken down. That's a relief. But before I can get to my seat, Mrs. Welch waves me over. "So," she asks quietly, "have you started working on your speech?" I don't know what she's talking about. "Speech?" "About your adventures over the summer," she explains, "as an inventor and a business person." "Oh, right. I completely forgot about that." "I'm thinking about it," I say, "getting my thoughts organized." She smiles and nods as though we're sharing a secret. "Very good. Well, I look forward to hearing it, and I'm sure your fellow classmates do too." In science class, Mr. Palnicchio takes me aside too, wanting to talk more about which lessons I might be willing to teach. Now, I know you can't reveal any secrets about the all ball, but based on the way it changes color, I was thinking you might like to teach the science of color unit, he suggests. After all, I thought I understood color science, but I have no idea how you get the ball to change from white to brown to orange. Fascinating. I love science, but I can't teach a class in it. What if some of my classmates start goofing around? How would I get them to stop? I'd rather be goofing around myself. I tell Mr. Palnicchio I'm not really sure about helping him teach the class, but I'll think about it. It seems as though the teachers are determined to give me lots of things to think about, as if I don't already have plenty to think about. At lunch, more kids come up to me with their ideas for inventions, all of them hoping to make millions of dollars. Here are some of their ideas. A knife that comes pre-packaged with peanut butter and jelly in the handle. Shoes that can change from sneakers to flip-flops to dress shoes with a touch of a button. I think maybe the All Ball inspired that one. Flying skateboards. Pretty sure they saw that one in a movie. A device you can hide in your mouth that turns you into a great singer. No one other than Manny ever used to be interested in talking with me about inventions. But now that I've had a successful one, everyone wants to talk to me about inventions. I can't get them to talk about anything else. I like talking about inventions, but not all of the time. By the end of the day, I feel lousy. Like the time Manny dared me to ride the Mega Coaster 17 times in a row. My guilt over not really inventing the All Ball is making me feel even worse than the Mega Coaster did. By the way, I was only able to ride it 13 times before I threw up. And after that, they wouldn't let me back on the ride. I can't take it anymore. I need to talk to Manny. That's the end of our chapter 5. I hope that you take some time to talk with the adults who live in your house or your siblings about some invention ideas that you liked through this chapter. There were a lot of creative ideas. I personally love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so that one sounded really good to me. Which one sounded like it would be fun for you? I hope you enjoy the rest of your Billy Sure book, and thanks for letting me join you.